Someone fills out your contact form at 10 p.m. You see it at 9 a.m. the next morning, and by then they've already hired someone else. Here's how to fix that without hiring anyone. If you run any kind of service business, a law firm, a consulting practice, a med spa, your leads don't arrive on a schedule. Someone has a bad day, something breaks, a decision gets made at 11 o'clock at night, and they fill out your contact form. And for most businesses, that message just sits there until someone sees it in the morning. For a law firm, that window is brutal. People searching for legal help are usually in the middle of something stressful. They submitted 3 contact forms. The firm that replied within 5 minutes got the call. Yours got a voicemail they never left. What I want to show you today is how to build an automation that closes that gap entirely. The moment someone fills out your form, they get a personalized reply using the name, referencing exactly what they described within 60 seconds. And if they don't reply, the system follows up at day 3, 5, and 7, each time with a completely different message. You never touch any of it. Let's look at how this will look like. So we'll have 2 workflows. Workflow A will be an instance response workflow where through an n8n form, we're going to capture all of the lead's details. We're going to send it to Claude AI to write a reply. And within 60 seconds, actually much lesser than that, we're going to send our lead a response. We're going to then log our lead with all of the details to a Google Sheet. And after that, we'll hit Workflow B. Workflow B will have a daily schedule trigger. So once a day, it will run and it will look at our leads details in the Google Sheet and determine which ones need a follow, right? So there'll be 3 paths it can take. The first one will be a response after 3 days, or a follow-up after 3 days, a follow-up after 5 days, and a follow-up after 7 days. After the follow-up is written, our Gmail node is then going to send the email to our lead. So it sounds simple. And now let's see what the workflow will look like. All right, so we're back in Claude Code, our favorite place. I'm inside Visual Studio Code. I've connected n8n's MCP to my Claude Code so that we're ready to go. And if you want to know how this setup works, please refer to some of my earlier videos where I teach you how exactly to get to this step. But for now, I'm going to paste in a prompt that is pretty simple. It says, I run a law firm. When potential clients fill out our contact form, we usually don't see it until the next morning. By then, they've already called 2 other firms. Want an automation that sends a personalized email reply the moment someone submits the form and not a generic auto response. If they don't reply, follow up automatically at 3, 5, and 7 days with slightly different messaging each time. Track everything in a spreadsheet so I can see who submitted, when, and which follow-ups have gone out. I should never have to touch any of it manually. Now let's send this off. Okay, so you see it's thinking about what to build, what it's going to look like. It's going to try to use and connect to n8n's MCP to get or fetch the details that it might need. So it's invoking a skill, etc. We'll come back to this after it's done. This is what our lead tracker sheet looks like, right? It's got name, email, phone, inquiry, the status, and then follow-up 1 sent, and this is just a true or false value, and then for number 2 and number 3 as well. And this is what our first workflow looks like. It's got an intake form that's going to prepare the data from the fields that the form picks up. It's then going to send it to an AI agent that is an email writer agent that is going to send the email, and it's also going to log the lead to the sheet. So I filled out the form. I'm going to hit submit, and let's see what happens. So all right, so the workflow is already completed and give me a chance to walk you through it, so to speak. But when we look at our sheets, oh, it's got everything filled up, right? It's got the date, name, phone, the inquiries about need family estate planning, and the follow-up 1 sent field you'll see is not false. You missed that one, and I think that was because I was clicking on the cell when I was trying to run the workflow. So what I'm going to do is delete it. And then I'm going to show you what happens when we try it again. So I filled out the form again. I am not in this cell. Wait, I am. So I clicked out of it now. Then I'm going to hit submit. It ran through the workflow. and you'll see it's log my details, and this time all 3 are false, right? So we verified this workflow is working. This was the simpler of the two, where we get the form or the lead details from the form, and then we just send out an email. We haven't yet looked at the email, so let's go take a look. This is the email. It says, "Thank you for reaching out. A member of our team will be in touch with you shortly," right? So this is what it looks like. It looks really good. Of course, you can tweak this as per your needs, and the way to do that would be to tweak what we give to this email writer agent. So you'll see while it's preparing the data, the system message is what it's feeding over here. And then so you've just got to make an update in terms of what you want to say to the AI agent right here. Okay, now let's go take a look at the second workflow, which is our lead follow workflow. Okay, so this is the second workflow. I know it looks complex, but let's break it down into parts. So it's going to first read all of the leads from our tracker, of course, and then it's going to process or filter the leads that require follow-up, right? So if it's been 3 days, it's going to hit this first path. It's going to loop over all of the leads that require follow-up, the first one. It's going to send it to an AI agent, send the email, and update our tracker. If it's been over 5 days and the lead hasn't responded, it's going to send this over to this next path. And then if it's been over 7 days, it's going to send this to this third path, right? And so let's go take a look at how we can test this. Okay, so we're in this lead tracker sheet, and what I've done is I've changed the submission date to go from being today, which was May the 2nd, to 28th of April. What this will do is, this means that it's been more than 3 days since we reached out to this lead, which will trigger that first path. So let's go hit this node and see what happens. So you'll see it's taken this first path, it's sent the email already, and it should have also updated the tracker. So now you will see that this follow-up has been set to true from false. Now let's go and take a look at the email. Okay, so this says, "I wanted to check in with you and see how your family estate planning is progressing. Please let me know if you have any questions," right? So very soft first follow-up. Now let's go to the lead tracker and make this go past 5 days. Okay, so now that we've updated the lead tracker to 26th of April, let's see what happens when we trigger this. So you can see it's taken the second path and it's complete. So it sent us an email and also updated the lead tracker. So you'll now see that this follow-up is now true. Okay, let's take a look at the email. All right, so this time it's a little different. It's saying a free consultation is a great way to get your family's estate planning started. We'll discuss your goals, etc. Just let me know a few times that work for you. So this is our strategy with the next follow-up, is we're trying to push them towards a free consultation. And so we still have one more to go. So let's update this to somewhere close to the 23rd of April. You'll see that the follow-up 3 has not been sent, which is why it's false. Now let's go hit the workflow. Should take this third path over here, send the email, updated the lead tracker as well. You'll see it's saying true. Let's go take a look at the email. Wonderful. So this is the last one, right? So this is like a soft close, which is saying, hey, we understand this may not be the right time to move forward. However, our doors are always open. We're here to support you, right? And that's how we close off. So that's the entire workflow. We started off with taking the lead information from a form, updating the details accordingly, and we now also have a wonderfully set up follow-up sequence. Here's the thing I think most people miss when they first see this. The follow-up emails aren't pre-written templates going out on a timer. Every single one is written by Claude in the moment, and it receives the person's original inquiry every time. So follow-up 2, for someone who described a custody situation, sounds completely different from a follow-up 2 for someone dealing with, say, a business dispute. The system remembers what they told you, and this is where most CRM automations get it wrong. The standard approach is write 3 emails once, add everyone to the same sequence, fire, and forget. That works for newsletters. For high-value service leads, the kind where one client is worth $5,000 or $50,000, a generic drip sequence is the reason your open rates are 8%. The automation doesn't, of course, replace a lawyer. It makes sure a lawyer gets the chance to talk to every single person who asked. So that's the full system. A personalized response in under 60 seconds, a 3-touch follow-up sequence that adapts to what each person actually said, and a live tracker showing exactly where every lead stands. What you now have is a lead intake process that works around the clock without anyone managing it. And this, of course, isn't just for law firms. Any service business that relies on inbound inquiries can use some version of this. If this was useful, subscribe. I put out one of these builds every week, always for a real business problem. And if you know someone who's running a service business, who's losing leads to slow responses, send this to them. I'll see you in the next one.